Welcome back to the channel for another video. Today, as you can tell by the title, there's only one man that we're going to be talking about. It is James McClean, and today we're going to be talking about the effect and the impact that James McClean has had on the team at Wrexham AFC since signing in the summer of 2023. Before we jump into this player analysis, if you're new to the channel, make sure to get down there and click the red subscribe button. As you know, we're on the road to 25,000 subscribers, so if you're a Wrexham AFC fan looking for content on the club on YouTube, this is the place to be. Get down there, click the red subscribe button as well. If you want to become a member of the channel, then click the first link in the description down below. I've talked about it on my previous video, but we've updated all the emojis, all the custom stickers that you can use in the chat. And of course, there's some really cool perks that do come along with being a member of the channel. And of course, let's go for 500 likes on today's video and let's get into the analysis on James McClean. Since signing for Wrexham in the summer of 2023, James McClean signing for Wrexham was a signing that definitely drew a lot of eyeballs onto the club and excited a lot of Wrexham AFC fans. And it's fair to say, 8 months on since signing for Wrexham AFC, James McClean has more than lived up to that expectation. So on the first point that we're going to be talking about, we're going to be talking about James McClean's versatility that he brings to the Wrexham AFC side. Now, when James McClean first signed for Wrexham, of course, he joined us from Wigan Athletic in League One. He'd previously spent the previous season playing at left midfield for Wigan Athletic. So we also know as well that James McClean has been playing left mid for the majority of his career since he's playing club and international. So when we did sign James McClean, we knew that he would have that attacking threat in our team, and of course with the formation that Wrexham AFC do set up with, you know, it allows our wing backs to push on and really attack, and we knew signing James McClean on that left flank would mean that he would carry a lot of quality going forward, would provide incredible service to our strikers, and he has done exactly that. We see it happen with Ryan Barnett and Luke Bolton, who have signed for Wrexham AFC, who have previously been playing higher up the field. Bolton was a winger for Salford City, Barnett was a winger for Solihull Moors, and of course James McClean was playing on left wing for Wigan Athletic. I think when we've got James McClean, a player of such good experience and such good quality, it wasn't going to be an issue with him slotting into that left wing back role, and of course it's worked an absolute treat. But when you watch James McClean, he's not only good attackingly, but he is very good defensively. When we've come up against some of the top teams in the league, he's dealt with some of the top players as well on that right midfield really well. And like I said, of course, going forward, he has been a big threat and has added a lot to our attacking phase. McClean is a great cross of the ball, 8 assists in 35 games, and he averages 10.12 crosses per 90 minutes, which just proves how much of a key asset he is to this Wrexham AFC team. And if we're further looking at James McClean's stats per 90 minutes, we can see that he makes 1.24 successful take-ons, 1.51 passes into the penalty area, and 1.95 key passes per 90 minutes, which ranks in the top 95 percentile for other wing-backs in League 2. So this just shows that James McClean is up there with being one of the best wing-backs. In my opinion, I would go as far as saying he's probably top 2 best wing-backs in League 2 this season. It just shows, you know, how much he brings to this Wrexham AFC team. The stats don't lie. He's good going forward. He's constantly creating chances, putting those crosses into the box, giving good service to our strikers. I think this could be a big reason as to why we are doing so well and why we're on course for automatic promotion this year, is because of our wing backs. I'm going to do a separate video on it sometime, but you know, the quality that we do have in our wing back area, you know, McClean and Barnett are the ones that stick out for me this season. Their ability to just put those deadly crosses into the box, create chances, run the flank for full 90 minutes really well, I think is a massive reason as to why we could get promoted this year. You know, the service they've provided to the strikers and just their work rate down the left and right hand side has been phenomenal. Still on the topic of versatility, we're going to be talking about James McClean when he does play in the centre midfield and centre attacker midfield role. So this is another position that Phil Parkinson likes to play James McClean in. You know, that's one of the big reasons why I'm sure he brought him in this summer, was because he is very versatile. I think he's played in like 5 different positions since signing for Wrexham AFC, but when James McClean slotted into centre midfield, we've seen it most recently, of course, with our slight injury crisis in midfield. I've been impressed with James McClean playing in that centre midfield role. This is a role that James McClean has thrived in since being called upon to play in centre midfield, and of course in his debut for Wrexham AFC playing away at Wimbledon, he played in that centre attacker midfield role. For me, I still prefer James McClean down that left hand side, but I've been massively impressed with his performances from midfield, most recently at Accrington Stanley at home. You know, his press in the midfield led to a goal. That's another thing as well. James McClean's fitness, you know, you see a player 34, 35 years old, they don't tend to usually last around a full 90 minutes every single game, but James McClean, consistent and his fitness and his work rate in the midfield that we saw against Accrington Stanley was phenomenal. And of course, like I said, his press to win the ball back for Mullins' second goal was absolutely phenomenal. So I've been overall impressed with James McClean's performances in centre midfield, but of course with him being called upon to play there, it limits his crosses, it limits his chances to maybe create more chances. Of course, you maybe associate midfielders with creating chances, but when you look at James McClean, like I said, 10.12 crosses per 90 minutes. He's constantly looking to create that chance, and in midfield, I think it's more of about just doing the nitty gritty work, working hard, winning the ball back, and of course feeding the wing backs out wide. He's a workaholic in that midfield, and he's got incredible fitness, like I said. So now we're going to be talking on James McClean's experience and personality as a player. Now, James McClean is a man who takes a lot of pride in himself and is a man of integrity, which of course shows when he is playing football, not only for Wrexham AFC, we've seen it for Wigan, we've seen it for his country, Republic of Ireland. He's a great lead in the team, and of course, with him being an extrovert player, we've seen him thrive off opposition players, opposition fans, and of course the fans on the side that he is playing on. And I think that's a massive reason why he has gone down such a hit with Wrexham AFC. You know, I think we've sort of needed that character like James McClean to sort of just push us on a bit more, and I think there's nothing wrong with it at all, although when you do look at his yellow card stats. But like I said, he's gone down a massive hit amongst Wrexham AFC fans. He's a fan's favourite purely because of his personality and the way how he just works for 90 minutes. He plays for the badge, he plays with pride, and I think it would be poetry if James McClean was one of the main reasons why we got promoted to League One this year. And I really do hope, no matter what the situation is at the end of the season, that he puts pen to paper to sign a contract extension at Wrexham AFC. Now, this is another characteristic that I've seen about James McClean. Of course, we've watched him a hell of a lot in a Wrexham AFC shirt, but one of the main things that stands out for me is the fact that McClean is a big game player. You know, we've seen this most recently at home to Notts County. Didn't give Jody Jones an inch of space. Okay, there were maybe 2 or 3 opportunities where Jody Jones did put the cross in, but he marked him out of the game, he kept him quiet, and I think this is another reason why he plays so well in these big games, is because he thrives off the big game occasion. You know, we've got a good group of players, but to have a player like James McClean, he's experienced, to have him in these big games has obviously massively benefited us and the team. And if those words don't back up, now he's the type of players that win you these big games. For example, match ratings 8.46 at home to Notts, 7.34 away at Tranmere in the derby, 7.27 at home to Barrow when it was second v third, and 8.44 against playoff rivals AFC Wimbledon. So it just shows that McClean does massively excel in these big games. And with Mansfield, Crewe, Stockport, Morecambe all coming up between now until the end of the year, you can guarantee that James McClean will be one of our highest rated players in these upcoming fixtures. And like I said, for the running, this is going to be big. We've got a manager, Phil Parkinson. He's been in these situations before. McClean, experience. He's been playing in the Euros. He's played in the Premier League. He's going to know how to get the best out of these situations. And this is why I'm so confident going into the final 11 games, because we have got stability. We've got experience in the dressing room. And, you know, I'm massively confident that we can get the job done. So the final point that we're going to be talking on about James McClean is his service. Now, I've already talked about his crossing stats, etc., but his crossing ability is on another level. And, you know, I think for James McClean to only have 8 assists this year, okay, that's good, but he could have had a hell of a lot more. The quality of his crosses that he puts into the box, we've seen him, I think he's got 3 assists in the league from corners, you know. It's just his ability to put in that deadly cross into the box for our strikers. The service that he gives our strikers, whoever it is when they're playing, is top notch. And a favourite of mine is Will Boyle's goal against Grimsby Town at the start of the season. You know, James McClean, he's barely got a run up. He puts a quality cross in. I think he's sort of slightly leaning at an angle as well. You know, it's just these type of players that add that extra bit of quality into our team that lead to these goals. And I think James McClean is one of the finest examples of this. And of course, he's a man of pure quality. You can guarantee every game James McClean plays, he will put in a solid 7 out of 10 performance. And again, like I said, if we need stats to back this up, he's the 3rd highest rated left wing back in League 2 this season with a rating of 7.34. I think he was behind Joe Tomlinson, of MK Dons and Jody Jones and Notts County. He's a player that we are so lucky to have in this Wrexham AFC team, and a key player to have experience-wise and in the dressing room. So yeah, that is it for the James McClean player analysis. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What you think of James McClean as a player? How do you think he's done in a Wrexham AFC shirt? For me, James McClean has definitely been one of our players of the season. Like I said, I'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and if you remember, make sure to use your James McClean emoji next to your comment in the chat. But I've seen a lot of people are saying, why aren't I uploading regularly recently? I'll be honest, I think that December period has just taken everything out of me. Of course, it's been 3 months since then. I can't really use that as an excuse, but for working so hard over that period of time, I think, you know, I don't want to say it in this way, but I think I got sick and tired a bit of YouTube and, you know, constantly having to put together those 26, 27 videos I put out in December. So, you know, I think that was one of the main reasons why I've taken such a big gap. And of course, with exams coming up in school, it's not really been that easy to just sit down, plan a video and record, edit, etc. You know, I've been busy with school. I'm in my final last 2 months of school, so yeah, and next year hopefully I can reveal some big news. But yeah, that's the main reason why I haven't really been uploading much. I'll try and hopefully get a consistent schedule going recently, and you know, these final 11 games, there's a lot of content to be produced on these 11 games, and of course let's hope it ends with a video of me sitting down here for the 2nd year in a row talking about a promotion to the next division. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like, get down there and click the red subscribe button. Like I said, we're on the road to 25k, so any new subscriptions are massively going to help out. And of course, if you want to support the channel further, then click the join button down below, and of course check out the perks you can get, choose your level, and that'll be massively appreciated. I'll see you guys in another video. Take care guys, up the town.